Hey guys, how's it going? So today we're going to be building the connecting rod. Um, so this one we're going to start by doing this circle here and this semicircle here. We're actually going to draw it as a circle and then draw a vertical line and then cut the right hand side off. We're going to extrude it, and then we are going to come to this right hand face and go on ahead and draw these circles and semicircles here, get those extruded out, and then we're going to come to it from the side and draw in these side pieces and then cut out this center portion here. So a couple things on this drawing. It doesn't explicitly say it, but it shows it by these drawing lines right here that this face and this face are in the same plane. So when it says 1 inch deep right here, it also means 1 inch deep for this one. And then this extrusion cut right here also is on the other side. So I've got it drawn right here. So like I was saying, so this face and this face are lined up. This cutout right here is on both sides, and we're going to draw this circle and this arc, extrude it, come over to this face, draw this part right here and extrude it, and then we're going to come to this side and then draw this part and then extrude it. So we can come up here and start a new part, go to sketch, and we're going to draw this on the front plane. So we're going to start off by doing our 2 circles for the left hand side and then our 2 circles for the right hand side. Go on ahead and get these dimensioned. Then on the right, so remember semicircles are measured in radius, so we're drawing it as a circle, so we need to double it. And then we need to make this center point and this center point in a horizontal relationship. And we need to set the spacing between these 2 center points as 6.5 inches. Now it's fully defined. And now we can draw this vertical line that I was talking about. So we're going to get a line tool, come up here to the center point on top, and just drop a line straight down until the bottom. Then we're going to come up to trim entities, and if it's not there in your view, you can come over here to search commands and click and just search for trim. So trim entities, we're going to make sure power trim is selected, as well as keep trim lines for construction geometry. Then we're going to hold the control key, click with the mouse, and drag through those 2, and it's going to cut those out of the drawing. So now we can go to extrude, come to selected contours, and click that part and that part. And it's going to be a 1 inch extrusion, and make sure that mid plane is selected and not blind, because we're going to be doing more drawings from this main sketch. So mid plane will make sure that it's extended the same on both sides. So make sure everything's good, 1 inch, and extrude that. Now we're going to come to sketch. We're going to spin over and select this face right here. And we are going to draw a center line that goes across right here. And I'll show you why later, because we're going to mirror this top part straight down. So now we can go on ahead and draw our 2 lines and our arc. This is going to be, so it doesn't explicitly say the width, however, it does give us a radius of 0.25, which means it's 0.5 across, 0.5 across. And to get this lined up with the center, what we're going to do is we're going to hover over this line right here, click on the center point, pull this over to the side. We're going to hover over this point and get this center point selected, hold control, click that center point, and make them vertical. And then that's going to lock it in left and right. And then now we need a height. So we can see that it is So it doesn't give us a specific height from the middle. It gives us 3 inches from the mirrored copy on the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to mirror these two. So we're going to come up here to mirror entities. We're going to select these lines and this curve, and then we're going to select mirror about, and then we're going to select this construction line that we drew earlier and click the check mark, and then it's going to flip all of those drawings down to the bottom. And now we can dimension the center to center like it shows of 3 inches. And now it's fully defined, and we can extrude it now 0.5 inches. And we're going to go blind and change the direction. Just like that. Now we have one small issue right here. So we see that this bottom face is not aligned with this curve. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to sketch, and we're going to actually select this bottom face there as the sketch plane. And then we're going to come up here to convert entities, and we're going to click that square that we just selected and click the check mark. And that's going to bring those lines to the current sketch that we're on. And then we're going to go to extrude, and we're going to go from the sketch plane that we were on and not blind, but up to next. And then that's going to extrude it until it touches the next surface. So extrude from the sketch plane and up to next. And then we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. Come to sketch, select that face, convert entities, select that face again to bring those lines out, and extrude again from the sketch plane up to next. Click check. And now you can see that we have extruded that to meet this curve. So now we can come and do the sketch on the front plane that we did the original drawing on. And we are going to draw a center line from the midpoint just straight across. That's going to help us with our drawings, and do a line from the edge of this circle right here, not at the top, right there. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. Then once again on the bottom, and make sure that you have those lines highlighted before you click to make sure that they are coincident. Now we're going to click these two lines, make them equal. That way when we dimension them, they will be the same distance from the middle. And it shows us that the dimension between the two is 0.75. And we need to bring out this edge right here onto the current drawing. So when we extrude it, it knows where to stop at. So once again, convert, check mark. And now we need to add, actually, never mind. We're going to come back and do that after we extrude it. Now over here on this side, we need to do a curve. So we're going to do a 3-point arc. We're going to click on this line, click somewhere up in here, and then make this curve shape. Now we see it is a 2-inch radius. We need to make this arc and this line tangent. And we see that the distance between right here, so the distance between this edge and this point of the curve is 0.75 inches. So we can go from this point to this edge. It's going to be 0.75. And lastly, for the height of this, we see that it needs to be 0.25 inches down from the edge of this curve right here. So we're going to do it. We're going to need to pull it down first so we can get our dimension the right way. And we're going to go 0.25 from that line right there to that point. So 0.25. And there we go. So now that curve right there is fully defined, and we're just going to draw a straight line over. oops, we need to convert this vertical line right here to our current drawing. So convert, select that line, and now we can draw it straight from this point straight over. And lastly, we need to select this curve and convert to this current drawing. There we go. So now you can see the fully enclosed part right here. And then to save time, we are going to do the mirror tool again. So we're going to come up here to mirror entities, and we're going to select all the parts of this that we just drew, and then mirror about this horizontal line right here. Now we can come up to extrude, and on the selected contours, we need to make sure that we select all the pieces that we're trying to extrude, and we need to make it 0.5 inches wide, but not blind. We need to do mid-plane. So now you can see that we have this curve done right here, and now we need to add in this radius right here. So it says 0.5, so what we can do is we can come up to fillet, go to 0.5 on the radius, and select that line, and come down at the bottom and select that line. And now those two are done, and now finally we need to do the hole on this face. We could have done it when we were drawing it earlier, but I forgot. So we're going to go to the circle tool and hover over this edge of the arc until we see this black cross. That will make the new circle concentric. We're going to do the same thing down here and dimension both of these to 0.25 diameter. And we can select both of these and make them equal. And go to extruded cut and through all. And now we can do this cut piece right here. So we're going to come and sketch on this face right here. We're going to draw that center line again so we have a point of reference. And it does not give us the radius of these arcs. However, it shows us that it is 0.5 inches across. So that is how we will get our curves. So we will just go on ahead and draw two arbitrary length lines. There we go. And we'll go on ahead and get our 3-point arcs going. And then an easy way to make these tangent on these arcs is you can either select those two edges and make them tangent 4 times, or you can just select these 3 points right here and make them vertical. And the same thing on the right, make them vertical. And then lastly, we need to align this center point of the arc and this construction line that we just drew on the middle. So now it's locked in on the middle. Now we need to do the width. We said 0.5. And it is 2 inches off of the right hand face. Oops. 2 inches off the right hand face, and it is 3 inches from center point to center point. Now that that's fully defined, we can come to extruded cut, select where we're trying to cut, and go to blind and 0.125 inches. Now that one's done on this right hand side. Now we're going to come to sketch, select this other side, and instead of having to redraw all of that again, we can go back to the convert entities tool that we were talking about earlier, come back to the face that we just drew, and you can either select all of these lines individually, or you can select this face, so the part that we just extruded, and hit OK. And then what that's going to do is that's going to bring all of those lines that we just drew to our current sketch. And now the same thing, extruded cut, 0.125 inches. And there we go. So that is completely built now. Now in the textbook, it says that the material is carbon steel. So you would come up to material, right click and edit, and go to carbon steel. But if you are in the Lipscomb class, it actually asks it to be in the 1020 material for some reason. So it wants it in 1020, and there is the final piece. Comment, let me know if you have any questions.